Scanning for audio.
Hello and welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. Yes, you've guessed it. It's the same setup. It's the same recording session because I'm trying to catch up and give you the best reviews. And I've gotten them on time. This time I'm going to be talking about... Why did I make that noise? I don't know. Move on. The Third Doctor Adventures Revolution in Space. It's been brilliant, February, because we've had 2 Third Doctor stories. I adore Trim Trelaw's Third Doctor. And Sadie Miller is just brilliant. I mean, she's so damn good. Her Sarah Jane does not sound like herself. And she's giving us an actual, clear-cut, brilliant performance as the character. It's just great. Right. The Doctor and Sarah find themselves on an asteroid in the outer reaches of Earth's solar system. It's the future. The future. And humans have colonised this inhospitable place to mine vital minerals to supply their home planet. However, links to Earth are becoming ever more strained and forces within the colony are seeking independence. Revolution is in the air. Meanwhile, in the deepest chambers of the asteroid, a powerful force is emerging. Its influence is growing rapidly, but how will it affect Sarah Jane Smith and her place in future history? It's one of those episodes, I think it might be 5 long, possibly 7. It's one of those curious split things. They've done it with timings and things like that, so it does work. And that makes it feel really, really of its time. You've got themes that are dealt with, like colony and space and that kind of thing, and the evolution, you know the sort of thing. You know it's the Third Doctor, and you know it when you see it. And here you're going to see it. Jonathan Morris has produced a really nicely put together political piece where people are dealing with independence, a bit like the American War for you know what I mean, independence. Sorry, I'm just rambling insanely. What I'm basically saying is that yes, there are allegories in this storyline, which you got a lot in the time, and you're not getting an allegory for Brexit. I can't see how Big Finish could possibly release that unless it's the most depressing Torchwood ever. But you always got the allegory stories with the Third Doctor. You've got them towards the end of his time, so that he's spending a lot of time with Sarah Jane, which is great, because Tim's chemistry is just superb. And I, for one, am just a big fan of the time. So you've got your main storyline to keep you going. You've got the whole thing, so you can imagine it being studio bound. You can imagine the model shots. There's some great stuff with missiles heading towards it. And you are absolutely picturing 1973 visual effects as the missiles. Well, it just works. The asteroid setting is brilliant because you just know it will be studio bound. And you just kind of have a brilliant feel for how the whole thing fits together. I loved it. It was just so perfectly recreating the time. I just really genuinely loved this tale, and it makes me just love Big Finish so much more than television Doctor Who, because it just feels real to me. Perhaps it's my age, perhaps I am the target audience, I just don't know. But what I do know is that the characterization, the characters, the governor, the sinister person underneath with the big glowy crystal. It's not a MacGuffin, it's a very naughty alien artifact. It just works. And you can't say better than that. Here's the trailer, decide for yourself, as always. Until next time, when probably I'll be feeling a lot better. Be seeing you.
From Big Finish Productions.
Doctor? Doctor, can you hear me?
Sarah, are you all right?
Well, I'm alive. I wouldn't go so far as to say I'm all right.
What can you see?
Just stars whizzing by, round and round. Oh, I must be spinning. Can you see me?
No, but I can hear you loud and clear.
Doctor Who, The Third Doctor Adventures, Revolution in Space.
Sarah Jane Smith. A new arrival, Mullins.
But last ship was months ago.
Which makes her presence all the more intriguing.
If possible, I'd like to see the prison.
The prison?
Yes, I'm interested in your history and it sounds fascinating.
Sarah, are you sure about this?
Yes, in case you'd forgotten, I'm not actually your assistant. I'm not just here to take notes and look pretty, you know.
Of course not, but
I've got a mind of my own.
Or if I deliver them victory, I'll be carried throughout Hygeia on their shoulders. Now!
I'm not scared.
Of course you're scared. Fear is the only rational response in my presence.
I am a man of my word.
May you find peace in the next life.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
I think what we've seen so far could be just the beginning.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Everything discussed is the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. For early access to reviews, follow the show on YouTube or Twitter @TinDogPodcast. To contact the show, email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.